Morning. I'd like to take this opportunity to update our community regarding the progress the School District of Indian River County has taken in order to ensure that we are ready to address teaching and learning upon the return of spring break. The last week has been very difficult, a number of challenges we have been faced with, but I am happy to say over the course of the last week, as situations have changed, we as a district, we as a community have come together in order to ensure that we are providing the highest level of support to our community. I often talk of being best by kids. I can give you some prime examples today as to what best by kids looks like. Last Wednesday, we held a press conference only to have schools canceled 4 hours later. Students had left for the weekend, principals had left for the weekend, teachers had left for the weekend, all not knowing that they would not be returning that Monday morning. That causes a number of problems to ensure that we are ready to move to a different way of teaching and learning within a community. During that press conference, I announced to the community that we would be ready to begin teaching and learning upon the return of spring break. Even today, without those systems in place, we are in fact ready to ensure teaching and learning begins after the return of spring break. We were able to serve just under 8,000 meals this week. By the end of business today, we will have served 8,000 meals to our children in our community. We were able to pass out laptops to our students yesterday and today. 5,500 students will have access to the laptops as a result of the effort of our team, our principals, our instructional technology team, ensuring that we did whatever needed to be done to collect the devices across the community and bring them to our distribution centers to pass out those devices. An absolutely Herculean effort by our teams to bring those laptops together to ensure we had access to those devices. Today, our libraries are open for students to come in and check out devices, so they have access to those, books, so they have access to those books during the extended closure. Today, I want to go through some things that we know. The state has given us some information. First and foremost, our seniors. The senior year is an important milestone in the life of every child. We need to continue to work with our seniors to ensure that they have that senior year. Some questions they have revolve around graduation rate. Graduation. Students who do not have that FSA or concordance score will not need to obtain that score. It has been waived for the remainder of the year. What that means is if you have your credits, the 24 credits that are required, you have the GPA, you will be allowed to march across that stage and receive a diploma. School grades will not be issued for the 1920 school year. So typically we work very hard to ensure that we're doing absolutely everything we can to ensure our school grade reflects that hard work. This year the state will not be grading schools. FSA promotion for third grade, that exam that is contingent in order to move from third to fourth, will no longer be administered, and as a result will no longer be in consideration for promotion going from third to fourth grade. AP and IB exams, we're still working with the state to identify opportunities for our students to have opportunities not only to be prepared, but sit and take those exams. So we'll provide additional information on those exams as they become available. Today we want to talk through our instructional provision plan and the options that we're providing to our students in a multitude of platforms to ensure, A, our teachers continue to be the driving force between teaching and learning in our district, and that our students are provided with multiple forms to access their education. Today we're going to highlight our instruction provisional plan. This is an online adaptive instructional program, incorporates technology for students to connect to instruction using online devices in their homes. We'll also be using as a second model a blended model, looking at the online instructional resources that we're providing, as well as specific customized instructional activities provided by the teacher. And they're also providing teachers, primarily on the secondary level, opportunities to be the driver of teaching and learning through the design of their own online courses located in our own learning management system called Canvas. In addition to those three options, we want to ensure that we have every child, every parent, every teacher covered. So we also have a paper-based program in which teachers can distribute to students. They can be picked up at school sites once we return from spring break. Those packages will also be available on our cafe buses that are rotating throughout the community, so students have multiple options to pick up that homework assignment if that need be the case. Looking at how to navigate or how to get into Canvas. This is the system that brings you to our online platform, which is our instructional provision plan. This is the dashboard. Our students are very familiar with this dashboard. They link into this dashboard through a system called ClassLink. This is where they will end up to access our instructional provision plan. Here is a sample of what you will see when you access the instructional provision plan. This is a plan that is broken down by grade level. It has systems of support for our exceptional student education. It has resources for digital learning, resources for parents, resources for social emotional learning. It is a comprehensive system that allows children to continue the learning at home. To gain a deeper understanding of what this system looks like, I'm going to turn it over to a video that provides a brief description of the power of this program.
SDIRC families. During this time of uncertainty, it is our goal to provide our students with normalcy and a sense of routine while our campuses are closed by activating our instructional provision plan. This plan will allow our students to complete daily assignments and remain connected with their teachers and our school district while they are learning from home. To begin, go to www.indianriverschools.org. Click on ClassLink on the upper right-hand corner. From home, ClassLink will ask you to log in with your username and password. Make sure you use the same username and password you use at school. Once you log in to ClassLink, click the Canvas icon. If this is the first time you are using Canvas at home, it will ask you to install a Canvas extension. Click Install Extension, then click Add to Chrome. Then Add Extension. Once this blue cloud appears in the upper right-hand corner, the extension is installed. Click Canvas again, and it will open on your screen. Once Canvas opens, your dashboard will appear. Depending on your student's grade level, the appearance of the dashboard may vary, with more course options being listed for secondary students. On all dashboards, you will see the Digital Instruction Provision Plan. Click on the plan to choose your grade level and see options for different resources. For students in grades K through 5, when you select your grade level, you will see standards-based curriculum for English Language Arts, Math, and Science, along with instructions for completing assignments or activities within each subject. For students in grades 6 through 12, you can access the Instructional Provision Plan on your dashboard for supplementary instructional materials, direct links to additional resources, and our district website. However, you can continue completing assignments and activities as assigned by your teachers, as you normally would. All students can communicate with their teacher through Canvas by clicking the email icon in the left navigation bar. This plan is designed to provide an efficient and stress-free way for our students to continue their education from home. Although we may be apart, we know that we are SDIRC stronger together.
So as you can see from that video that we will upload and have available for the entire community to access, this is a comprehensive program that's been thought through in a very deep way to ensure all students have opportunities to connect to meaningful instruction, an online platform with using adaptive technology and constant connection to their teachers. So I would encourage you to take the time over the coming week to familiarize yourself with this program. It will be launched on March 31st. On March 31st. So we don't want to open the program or release the program until we have concluded spring break. Our teachers have come back and they have been trained, and we're ready to begin teaching and learning following spring break. If you look here, this is a map of what a third grader would see. And I wanted to show this so parents and community members see the depth of the activities that we have put together. So although schools will not be open, teaching and learning will continue to take place. You can see we are covering all content areas within this plan, not listed here, but we have extracurricular activities, arts, science, PE, opportunities for them to connect to meaningful instruction and meaningful activities as close as they would within the confines of a regular school day. Additional information, I think as a community, the expectation of this board, who has been very supportive in doing this work in a very trying time, is for us to keep you informed. We are pushing out on our website today additional information. Tips for effective at-home learning. This is a stress for parents. We need to ensure as parents become supporting their children through online learning, that they have resources available to them. So this resource provides some initial guidance on how to work with your children. We will be conducting a series returning from spring break, a parent support network, where we'll be going live on Facebook Live, connecting and answering questions for our parents in order to fully support them in what will be our temporary reality regarding teaching and learning. This guide also includes information on how to ensure you're connected to the internet, our content delivery models. There are 4 different models that we spoke about. Additional information is shared regarding the content delivery models, ensuring that you're connected and you have a device. I mentioned earlier that we've already distributed devices. I'll talk a little bit later about our continued desire to pass out more devices. And then parent-related resources regarding COVID-19. As information becomes available, we want to ensure that our website is a place in which all members of the community go to be informed regarding teaching and learning within our community. In order to answer questions, we know there's going to be a number of questions. Information is constantly changing. This is a new reality. We've put together email addresses and phone numbers for a number of different areas, whether it's instructional technology, whether it is our homeless program, whether it is student services, students with our exceptional student education program. These are direct contacts that you can either phone call or email in order to ensure you have constant access to the information that you need in order to be in the best serve your children in the best way possible. Looking ahead, there's a number of things that we still need to do. We're providing principals with information today. We're providing our staff with information today. As a community, we wanted to ensure that our staff was safe, they were secure. We will begin to function. Only critical staff will be reporting to work next week. We will continue to work our 12-month employees in a virtual format. So we'll continue to work on our instructional resources. We'll continue to pay the bills. We'll continue to operate. But we are working with all employees in the district to identify their work assignments that can be done at home. And they will have to come in when it is deemed necessary. We will begin training of all of our faculty and staff, our teachers, on March 30th as we return from spring break. So our principals had a training yesterday. That was the opportunity for us to sit with them, answer any questions they may have, look at the options our students have for teaching and learning. They will be reaching out and coordinating meetings with their faculty and their staff on that Monday morning. Then in that afternoon, March 30th, teachers will begin to contact their students to provide them with information regarding the platforms that are available to them. So teaching and learning will begin on Tuesday, March 31st. In addition to March 31st, we're also opening up our our schools for additional device checkout. So at your particular school, Tuesday and Wednesday, March 31st, April 1st, if you still need a device, you would be able to go and check out that device at your school. If you're using the paper-based option that we discussed, you would have the opportunity to pick up that paper-based platform at the school. Also, once again, available on the cafe buses that will continue to move throughout the community. In looking at the buses, when we return from spring break on March 30th, we will expand the routes to our community, and we will expand the food offering. When students are delivered lunch, they'll also be provided an evening meal as well as a snack. So we will be breakfast, lunch, dinner will be provided March 30th, as well as a snack, expanding the routes, making every effort to be in service of our community. This is a new way of work for everyone in our community. The situation continues to change. We continue to be flexible. We desire to be very front forward and sharing the information as we have it. I've had the opportunity to be in Indian River for just over 2 months now. And walking into the superintendency, this is something that I could never have predicted. But I have seen people go above and beyond over the last 2 weeks in this district. I have seen an IT team spend 3 straight days working to ensure every child who needed a device had a device. I've seen principals standing out, helping, supporting, and distributing these devices, working around the clock to ensure that we are ready to begin teaching and learning in this district. I have to thank the board members who are here today for their ongoing support. This is hard, complex work. They have stood behind me, continuing to set the expectation that we do whatever it is that we need to do to be best by our community and best by kids. I encourage each and every single one of you to stay in constant contact with our website as well as our social media platforms. We want to ensure all members of our community are constantly informed regarding the work that we're doing to ensure teaching and learning continues in the school district of Indian River County. Thank you.